Good morning, student. Now we'll take Born-Haber cycle. Born-Haber cycle is used to find out the lattice enthalpy of an ionic compound. Now, starting with sodium solid and Cl2 gaseous form. So that is directly converted into the NaCl solid. This is called enthalpy of formation. So, in other way, that sodium solid converted to sodium gas by using sublimation enthalpy, solid to gas. Now, sodium gas to sodium ion, we are using ionization enthalpy. Now, half Cl2 gaseous to Cl atom, we are using atomization, enthalpy of atomization. After that, Cl will gain one electron. This is the del EGH standard. So it is get Cl negative, Na positive. Now from that Na positive and Cl negative, you can formation of NaCl by using your lattice enthalpy. This is also negative. So what will happen, that sum of the all the energies first starting from here to here is equal to this one. So what is the enthalpy of formation is equal to sublimation enthalpy plus ionization enthalpy plus enthalpy of atomization minus del EGH standard minus lattice enthalpy. So all these things gives to calculate the lattice enthalpy, because all these things are known and you have to find out the unknown one. So this is how lattice enthalpy works. Next topic is your spontaneity. The spontaneous process is an irreversible process and can only be reversed by adding some external agency. For example, the water that is falls in the waterfalls, the water that is coming and down, that is actually irreversible process. That water can be, again, if you use the motor and all these things, you can take the water like that, or water that is in your overhead tank, from that in your tap the water is coming. This is irreversible process that can be only reversed by using motor and all these things. So this is your spontaneous process. Now spontaneous process, you have to discuss many reactions. Is the decrease in enthalpy is a criteria for spontaneity. So we have seen that there is some decrease in enthalpy is a criteria for spontaneity. So this half N2 3 by 2 H2 reversible NH3. So there is a del H is negative, but still the process is spontaneous. In some cases, increase in entropy is a spontaneous reaction. For example, NO plus O2 to NO2. There is an increase in entropy is spontaneous process. So there is a dilemma whether there is a decrease in entropy is a cause of spontaneous process, or increase in entropy is a cause of spontaneous process. Both the processes are spontaneous, but one is for decrease in enthalpy and another is for increase in enthalpy. Then we have to use the third term in thermodynamics, which is called your entropy, which decide the spontaneity of a process along with your enthalpy. The concept of entropy is a measure of degree of randomness in a system. So in a system, what will be the degree of randomness? This is what is given by the entropy. Now in entropy wise, the entropy of solid is less than liquid and liquid is less than gas. Gas is more random. And another point, student, you remember, your entropy is directly proportional to the heat and inversely proportional to the temperature. So that point you can understood. If a body at 0 degrees centigrade or a body at for example, take water at 0 degrees centigrade, water at 100 degrees centigrade. Now if both of them is heated to 110 degrees centigrade, though the water that in lower temperature causes greater randomness, water that is at higher temperature causes less randomness. So Entropy is directly proportional to the heat and inversely proportional to the temperature. Then we have second law of thermodynamics. The entropy of the universe is always increasing. The universe entropy del of system, del S of system, del surrounding H is greater than 0. This is called second law of thermodynamics. And next one is third law of thermodynamics. Third law of thermodynamics is like that. The entropy of a perfectly crystalline solid, perfectly crystalline solid at 0 Kelvin is 0. Means if it is a perfect, all these ions are there, there is no defect, and at 0 degree centigrade we are getting its entropy is 0, and this is what is called third law of thermodynamics. Actually it is not possible always to get a perfectly crystalline solid. There is, if you have perfect, then there is some residual entropy left, so it is not possible to get a perfectly crystalline solid. Now, in order to remove the dilemma whether the entropy is a driving factor for spontaneous reaction or enthalpy driving factor, Gibbs gives an equation. This Gibbs free equation, that is called del G equal to del H minus T del S. This is your enthalpy factor and del S is the entropy factor. Now, if your del G less than 0, then a reaction is spontaneous. If del G greater than 0, reaction is non-spontaneous. Now another factor is del G equal to 0, then the reaction at equilibrium. The reaction at equilibrium if del G is equal to 0. So like that you have to remember about the factors of del G. Now we are solving one numerical based on that. For the reaction at 298 Kelvin, twice A plus B converts C, del H equal to 400 kilojoule per mole, del S equal to 0.2 kilojoule per Kelvin per mole. At what temperature the reaction becomes spontaneous? So solution for spontaneous reaction, your del G must be less than 0, and del G is del H minus T del S less than 0, which implies del H is less than T del S, and which implies T del S greater than del H, which implies T is del H by del S, which implies T equal to del H is given 400 and it is given 0.2. So T is greater than 4000 by 2 is equal to 2000. So temperature is greater than 2000 Kelvin for the reaction to be spontaneous. So that is all, student, we have in this chapter. The next class will start with a new chapter. Thank you.